All right, this week and today. So today we're going to focus on some multiple choice questions that we didn't do so well on. So these were mostly the multiple choice questions in our constructed response, which is what we're going to focus on today. So we're going to do this by connecting it to our density lab. So remember our density lab right after we took the benchmark with the egg, the salt water, and the pollution. We know that our testable question for this lab was how does changing the salt in the water affect how long it takes the pollution to spread? So get that down in your notes now. So if our testable question is how long does changing the salt in the water affect how long it takes the pollution to spread, this is going to be our first practice question. Based on our testable question, what is the dependent variable? What is the variable that I am measuring? Is it A, the amount of salt in the water, B, the amount of water, C, the time it takes to dissolve, or D, the amount of pollution in the water? And explain why. Our practice question 2. Based on our testable question above, what is the control variable? What am I keeping the same? Is it A, the amount of salt in the water, B, the time it takes the pollution to dissolve, or C, the amount of pollution in the water? And our third practice question. Based on our testable question above, what is not a control variable? So there are 3 things that stay the same, but one is changing. Is it A, the amount of water, B, the amount of pollution, C, the amount of salt in the water, or D, the type of pollution? For our procedure, please get this down in your notes. What we did was we placed 2 drops of food coloring in the cup and timed how long it took the pollution to spread. We then added 1/4 tablespoon of salt to the cup and we stirred. We then repeated step 1, which is we placed 2 more drops of food coloring in the cup and timed how long to spread. Our next step was we added 1 tablespoon of salt into the cup, so we added more salt. And then we repeated step 1 again. We put some more food coloring in the cup and recorded how long it took to spread. Our data table. So this is the data table we got from our experiment. We know that with the salt in our water, we had 0 tablespoons, 1/4 tablespoon, and 1 tablespoon. Our amount of pollution was 2 drops each, was a control variable. Our amount of water was a control variable. It was the same. We had 50 milliliters of water each. And our time for our water to dissolve. I know that with 0 tablespoons of salt in our fresh water, it was only 50 seconds. With 1/4 tablespoon, it was 1 minute and 50 seconds. And with 1 tablespoon, it took 5 minutes. So this is going to be our first note for the day. Our quantitative observation is an observation using numbers. A qualitative observation is an observation using words. And our inference keywords. These words let me know that an inference is being made when you see the words best, worst, tallest, smallest, and biggest. And our last practice question. Based on the data table, which is an inference based on the experiment? So what is something that explains my results? Is it A, it took 50 seconds for the pollution to spread in the fresh water? B, start the timer when you add the pollution? C, each cup got different amounts of salt? Or D, the cup with the highest salt was best for pollution to spread?